Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer and Mark here. I'm back with another video. And again, something a little different. I talked about this in my update video, how I had a couple ideas of some different things I wanted to do. And I had this one idea. I was looking for one of my comic books. I was going through boxes, and I was looking for something. And this idea came to me of sort of a little side series or whatever. I'm not sure how you want to call it, where I would go through my collection and pull out a couple different issues, kind of key issues, or maybe they're important storylines or big storylines or what have you, and just kind of spotlight them and give you a little story about the issue and talk about why it's a big issue or an important issue or what have you, and just kind of give you a little story about them. So I'm going to start off. This is the first book I really wanted to show you. This is Uncanny X-Men. It's actually a couple different issues put together. It's Uncanny X-Men and Days of Future Past, and you can see by Chris Claremont and John Bryan and Terry Austin, various people that worked on this comic book. Now, for those, if you remember in the 90s, you had the Fox X-Men animated series, which is a great series. Definitely check that out if you could find it. I'm sure it's online somewhere. I know that you can get it on DVD because I have the DVDs. So definitely check it out. It's the best X-Men cartoon that has been done as far as animated series. There have been some that have come after that, and they've been okay. But that 90s series was definitely the best. Anyway, so at one point they did a 2-part episode doing this storyline. They tweaked it a little bit. They had to put to change things around a little bit to make it fit into their series. But this is a really great storyline. It's definitely worth reading. And also, the main reason I pulled this out was the next X-Men movie will be based on this. They're doing this storyline, this Days of Future Past storyline, for the next movie. Now, I'm not talking about... Now, this summer we have Wolverine, which is the follow-up to X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's not what I'm talking about. The next X-Men movie... the most recent X-Men movie was X-Men First Class. This movie will be a follow-up to that, and that's coming out, I think, next year. I think it's next year or the year after. I'm not positive. But anyway, that will be the next movie. So this, basically what this is, it deals with, it's like post-apocalyptic world, and the United States and other parts of the world have been overrun by these giant robots here that are called Sentinels. And in the past, an assassination takes place. A certain very important person takes place, and it changed. It's the comic book and the cartoon. They changed it around, so I'm not going to go into who it was. But basically, someone very important, very influential, gets assassinated. And that starts off a chain of events that leads to this, hunting down of mutants. Mutants are blamed for it, and it leads to a chain of events where the future becomes this kind of post-apocalyptic world. That's not an easy word to say. Becomes this world, and these Sentinels are built to hunt down and capture and, if need be, kill mutants. And there are tons of big characters that are just wiped out. They're just Cyclops is dead, Beast, Rogue, Storm. So many big characters. There are a few that are just in camps. They're in prison camps, but most of your big characters are just gone. And one character is Wolverine, that is obviously still alive. He's older, as you can see on the cover here. He plays a big part in this, and part of the plot line is that if someone can go back in time and stop this assassination, that would prevent this whole post-apocalyptic world from happening, and the Sentinels and all that stuff, and people, all these characters wouldn't get killed. So another major part is this character named Kitty Pryde, who is in the comics, was not in the cartoon. As far as the movies, she was in the first 3 X-Men movies. It's just a cameo in the first 2, but then became a full-on character, played by Ellen Page, who went on to Juno and Inception and a few other things. She played the character of Kitty Pryde in X-Men: The Last Stand, where it was a full-on character. And that character plays, it'd be great if they bring her back for that role. If they're using that character. In the cartoon, it was a different character named Bishop. So that would be great. Basically, from what I've heard, you have the whole cast from X-Men First Class coming back. And, again, because you're dealing with time travel in different time periods, you can do this. You have Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart coming back as Magneto and Professor X. And signed is Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine. So it sounds like they're doing a good job. They're going to do a good job of adapting this, because it's a great storyline. It's definitely worth reading. So if you could find this, definitely pick this up, guys. It's a great story to do, and I really hope that movie is done well, because it could make for a very great, exciting movie, and to have that cast and have these characters in there. Very excited for that. So that's the first comic I wanted to talk about. So that's Uncanny X-Men. I'm going to move on to another X-Men book, let's see if I can get the number here. Uncanny X-Men number 266. Now I pulled this because for me, this is the first appearance in X-Men of this character Gambit. And you see him on the cover with Storm. It's a younger Storm. She gets changed somehow. She's like 12 or 13, so she's just discovering her powers. And she was turned 12 for some, I don't know. I don't have the issues that lead up to this issue. I wanted this specific issue because it's the first appearance of Gambit. So it says here, enter the mutant called Gambit. And this is one of my favorite characters. He was heavily featured in the Fox animated series, and I really love that character. It's the first time I'd heard of the character, and I really love the character. I love his powers of, kind of charging objects and throwing them and they explode. Another thing I like about this character, that's why he's in definitely my top 3 of X-Men characters, and he's certainly my top 10 of comic book characters of all time. What I love about this character is that he has physical skills as well. He uses a bow staff, and he can fight, and so he's not just his powers. So, like, if he's without his powers for whatever reason, he can still do things. That's one thing. Some characters aren't like that. There are characters, if they're, for whatever reason, their powers are taken away or weakened for some reason, they don't know what to do. Gambit is a character that can adapt. He's also a character, I think, maybe a lot of guys may want to be like this character. He's very suave, he's a good-looking guy, he's a great athlete. He's like, very confident and whatnot. And it's something maybe a lot of guys may want to be like. I don't know. But I just always loved this character of Gambit. So this is like I said, his first appearance. And he comes to the aid of Storm in this issue, and that facilitates him joining the X-Men to a certain point. It'd be nice to get some of the other issues that surround this so I know why she is like 12 or 13 in this issue. I don't know. I had a friend that knew the story. He told me once, and I can't remember now. But so maybe one day I'll look for those. I'll look for those issues. But like I said, this is one of my all-time favorite characters. So I pulled this this comic out for that reason. All right. So now I don't want these videos to be too long, but that's basically it. Each one of these little episodes, a little sort of side videos, I want to feature 2, maybe 3 comics. It'll probably be about 2. And I just thought it'd be a neat idea. I know there's other viewers out there that are into comics, and some of you guys collect comics, or even if you don't collect comics, you may be into superheroes and like the movies. So it may interest you as well. Give a little story on these issues and backstory. One other thing I wanted to mention, I forgot with Gambit. Again, it's a character that I would love to have seen more in the movies. You know, we finally see him in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and he's got a decent amount of screen time. It's not a huge amount of screen time. Again, it's not a Gambit movie, so it would be great if we got to see Gambit in a movie again. I heard at one point in X-Men: The Last Stand, at one point in the script, he was going to be in that movie, but he got cut out. Scripts change over the course of time, but so anyway, at least we finally got to see him at least once. It'd be great to see him again, but who knows? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. But anyway, so that's my little comic book story video. And there's going to be some few others. Little by little, I'll cut them in with reviews and hauls and other things, and you'll see these from time to time. I'll go through my collection, pull various issues, and have little stories like this. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. As usual, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what do you guys think about these little comic book videos. When I first mentioned this, I got a lot of positive feedback. People like, yes, definitely do it. It sounds like a good idea. So, hopefully I did this well. I hope you enjoyed this type of video from me. So please let me know. I would love to get your thoughts. And, so 2 books I would definitely choose to pick up. So definitely worth getting. And so that's it for now. Again, hope you enjoyed this, as I just said a few moments ago. And until my next video, I'll see you. Take care.